In this video, I'm going to be using 3 of these LEGO City Hospital sets to build one mega hospital. My original plans were to build the second hospital in a mirrored fashion with respect to this one and double its footprint, but my city is not going to have a lot of space, so I don't really want to create that big of a footprint. So instead, I'm going to be using all 3 to build upwards. This set sits within the confines of a standard 32 by 32 base plate, with the exception of the ramp back there. I'm not worried about that. I can always take that off and just replace it with the tile. So my goal is to keep it within these confines. And also, I want to have 3 sides closed up on the walls. Like this side, I would like that to be closed off. And if I build over here, I want that side to be closed off. And of course the front. The back side I'm not too worried about. And then some other goals. I'd like to add like a recovery room in addition to having a labor room. Maybe a nursery as well, or maybe combine that. Or maybe a recovery room for like people that have surgery, which there's no room for that right now. There's no ER room. There's this room where you get your x-rays done and stuff. But, you know, I do want to add an ER. I want to make this bathroom more accessible because right now it's completely closed off from all of the other rooms. I also want to minimize part usage from my own inventory. So trying to use as many pieces as I can from the official sets, not have to dig into my supply. And I want to do something about the helicopter. The helicopter is pretty small. It doesn't carry any passengers. So I want to do some modifications and try something new on it, at least so we can get a passenger to be life flighted to the hospital. I'm not too worried about placing the helipad on top. Maybe they could just land in the grass nearby. I'm not going to worry about any outdoor seating on the roofs. That doesn't seem safe or logical. Instead, I'm going to use those seats to expand the waiting room and lobby area. And the cafeteria is not going to be part of the lobby. We're going to make that its own separate thing. All right, so I'm clearing off the roofs, and I'll probably move this flower bed down next to this one and just scooch this over a couple studs. I've also removed a portion of grass that was here because I want to add more road here for another lane for ambulances because I'm going to have 3 of them. So might as well. And I have a couple studs extra to work with to still remain within the confines of the base plate. So we'll start down there and work our way up. This is a 3 times hospital, so it only makes sense to use 3 times the number of flowers. I think that looks good. I had to remove the hinged portion of the building with the kiddie section for now to put this plate in. I'll do some modifications to that, but for now I'm extending the driveway out, and I've got 2 more studs this way to work with. I did have to use 1 plate from my inventory. It's my first piece I had to pull out. These lines I'll probably move over 1 stud, and these lines can be moved out. There we go, the driveway is finished. I decided to leave off the painted lines on the edge. I did add 2 studs worth of tiles here. I've also added a curb to protect the flowers from being ran over from traffic. So next what I'm going to do is work on some structure on this side. I have the overhang pretty much complete on this side, although I don't have anything on the inside yet because I don't need another MRI setup, so I'll put something else in this one. I also got the kids' play area back in place. It's a slightly new section, but inside it's pretty much the same. Also, I did enclose this room completely. So I sealed it off with these clear panels, and I'm going to give the other side the same treatment, but I'm going to kind of switch things up a little bit. These windows are going to go on the other side, And then I'll put panels on the interior here. This hospital sign, I'm gonna switch over to the other side as well. So I think that looks better. I've got the whole MRI room sealed up from all sides. So there's actually no way in, no way out. Well, we might change that, but before doing any more modifications on the second floor, I wanna go back to the ground floor, the lobby area and waiting room. I've got the lobby area all gutted out. Obviously removed all the food items because I'm going to create a separate cafeteria. Got the seats removed. I've built this receptionist desk, tapped into my own inventory again. So I think these pieces and color scheme match that of the hospital. I've got this opaque window pane that I'll just put on the end here to seal up. And let's get started. The receptionist desk is installed, as well as her fancy swiveling seat. Her monitor I've got mounted on the wall because there's no studded surface on the desk, and the keyboard is just wedged in there. I've also installed comfy seats for the waiting area, so a maximum of 4 people can sit comfortably in this area. And let's just give them their water cooler back. I took out the bathroom and delivery room. I'll put it up on another level, but the second level I'm thinking of making a hallway with a nurse's station. You're gonna see this nurses, doctors running up and down the hallway to the emergency room, which emergency room will be right here. And this will continue to be the MRI room. I'm pretty happy with the way the second level is turning out. I have the nurse's station complete with seating for 3. Imagine this is your entry point to the second level, and the nurse will tell you which way to go, either to the MRI room or to the ER. Speaking of which, the clown had an incident. He stepped on some toys, fell over, and broke his back. So he's being taken to the ER right now. Now, I did add ramps, so it's easier to access with the difference in height on this level too. The clown is now being examined by a doctor in the new ER. So this stretcher, you just can slide it onto this custom built bed here. And the bed has some life support and other hookups. And the doctor, I built him a little workstation with a little mouse. We're gonna put that in there for him. Put the walls back together. That's that. Here's a quick look at the MRI room on the other overhang. It's time to move up to the 3rd floor, which is going to contain the cafeteria right here in the middle, an ICU nursery room over here, and a recovery room over there. Uh-oh, the fire marshal has paid us a visit. No worries though. He's just telling us to add some fire extinguishers into our hospital, which I'll do so 1 on each floor. I've got one there on the 2nd floor. Also added a doctor examining an x-ray photo from the MRI room. And I was thinking about I'm gonna have some extra stickers like this because I'm not gonna build all 3 helicopters. So I was thinking turning those stickers upside down, and those red triangles could point to those fire extinguishers on the wall. There we go. We've got to please that fire marshal or else he'll shut our operations down here. Now, if you've stayed with me for this long, you're about to witness the cutest part of this build, which is the ICU and nursery. Only nurses are allowed in this room, and they're reminded to wash their hands before handling any babies. And these are disposable face masks. So once you go up this red ramp, you'll encounter an army of babies that all look the same. But seriously, in real life, all babies look the same to me. They're all wearing the same outfit because ultimately that's the hospital clothes. So here's extra outfits for babies when they soil their current outfits, and also some extra bottles there to fill up with mom's milk. We'll just put this back here. And the figure there I got from my CMF Series 6 collection. I'm going to give you a closer shot with the wall removed. Across from the babies is a waiting room, and this waiting room has the same comfy chairs as seen in the lobby, and also a little place for the father's son to do some coloring. And there's also, magazines for adults to read. But this father is just too excited about his soon-to-be daughter. But you're going to have to wait a little bit to see the labory rooms put in, as well as the cafeteria built, and the whole entire hospital fully constructed, because I'm losing my voice and I don't want to make this video too long and lose your guys' interest. So I'm going to come back with a part 2 and a full tour shortly.